What is up, killers? Kev here, and today back with a brand new episode of Skyrim Special Edition. Today we are going to be looking at my PlayStation 4 graphics within my game. Now, if you want to see the full load order with my PlayStation 4, I will pin that comment to the top of the comment section to do with this video. But without further ado, guys, let's just jump straight into the video. First, weather mods within my game. I have this one on Xbox, and I was so psyched to see that this one came onto the PlayStation 4. For this one, it's going to be Dolomite's weather and lighting. It changes so many different features within the vanilla based game and spices them up to a drastic level. This is designed to give it a feel of an EMB that you would be running on a high system rig to do with a computer, but for us it's kind of like that console version of that particular mod. The distance of mountains are going to be a lot more crisp. The surface of the sky is going to be pop more. The sky itself is going to look more realistic. Snow is going to look much more realistic too, with 3D snowflakes that will twist and turn via the space that you're in to give it more of a realistic feel instead of just a straight flow. Everything within this particular mod is great. I know there's other different weather mods such as Vivid Weather and loads of other different things scattered around on the website, but for me, Dolomite's weather and lighting was definitely a must. After viewing it on the Xbox, I had to instantly get it for the PlayStation 4. Upon going on to graphics, the next one is going to be Dense Grass. This works flawlessly within my game. I think it works better within my PlayStation 4 load order than it does actually on my Xbox rig too. Works with most mods that you are going to be having within your load order, which that is correct, including lush overhauls, realistic water, again vivid weathers if you do want to have that in your load order. Graphic overhaul mods, this is going to be the pinnacle and base and the sort of foundation to do with grass if I was going to recommend anything for anyone to grab. Now it does say place close to the bottom of your load order for best results, but for me it's working absolutely flawless and it is only the 5th spot within my load order. A little bit strange, but it works absolutely finesse. Jumping over to another graphics mod is going to be Kanto's Whiterun for PlayStation 4. You do actually have this on the Xbox One, but originally I did personally discover this particular mod on the PlayStation 4. But it dramatically changes so many different things within that settlement corresponding with that mod. So for this one, it's going to be Whiterun, and I tell you now, it will really change your Whiterun settlement. You guys know I absolutely adore Whiterun, and obviously doing a lot of mod showcases on my Xbox and showcasing them through Whiterun, I thought, well, if I'm going to have that experience on that platform, why not have it on this one? And this particular mod definitely does show that extreme. It is really nice indeed and changes so many different things and gives it a little bit full and a little bit more, a little bit detail to the immersion of side of things. I do have a few of these particular graphic mods too to do with the Katos. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly, but yeah. Next spot is going to be the Lampposts of Skyrim Special Edition. These small little detailings that are running through my game personally add a lot more immersion and a little bit more of a pleasant feel via going around the map. Lampposts of Skyrim is a mod that adds proper lighting to major roads of Skyrim. The roads may lead pretty much anywhere, and why not light your way up going through with these beautiful lampposts within the travels of your game. I think it adds over 250 alongside the major roads in quotations of Skyrim. Should work with pretty much anywhere within your load order. I took that with a handful of salt, not a pinchful of salt, and downloaded it and just threw it straight in, which is pretty much the 99% of my load orders. And I don't know why, but my games run pretty much fine. My PlayStation 4 probably works the best and looks the best. Upon that is going to be Kato's Riverwood. Again, similar thing to the last one. It basically will dramatically change the look of Riverwood to give it more of an immersive feel, a little bit more fuller, and just a little bit more of a fresh, detailed look instead of looking bare, desolate wasteland. It thrives and basically puts a ton of stock within this. NPCs too will not sort of have any problems. They might get stuck on certain things here and there, but it's not game breaking or anything that's take too much of an issue from. Another mod that we did have within the Xbox and currently still do, and I was ecstatic to see that this was on PlayStation 4, which is going to be TLS Undullifier for the PlayStation 4. Removes the blur effect from all of the sharp surroundings to do with objects, and overall basically allows the true colours and property of the item to pop a lot more to give it that effect of it is actually resembling, or is basically peeling off the clean film from all of your graphics mods, if that makes sense. Probably a best representation to describe what that is. Again, only coming in at 43.61 kilobytes of a download. It is a steal. Most of these mods are coming in incredibly low download size, and as I said before, my whole entire load order, the total entirely for a flat load order, is 39.81 megabytes. I've still got 860 megabytes free, so my load order is practically nothing, and my game looks a hell of a lot better. Moving on is going to be FOS Forests of Skyrim, in abbreviation of that. This mod adds a generous amount of trees to the areas that should be heavily forested to make your game a little bit more lore friendly and a little bit more practical too. I want that feeling when I go into a forest that I'm getting lost entirely. I want to be lost within that forest. I want my graphics to come through. I want all of the grass. I want that feeling of being in a forest instead of being in probably a garden shop with about 3 different bushes. I don't want to be in Haskins. I want to be in the middle of the woods. This mod definitely works really well and shines through on that, and you can definitely tell that it is going to be heavily populated with trees. And overall incumbents with this particular mod, I do have other different tree mods. You guys know from my Xbox load order that I do have a lot of tree mods, and probably trees are going to be my favourite thing within my Xbox load order, but personally within this load order is going to be the grass. ET's Gardens of Whiterun. This one is definitely a big staple on my load order, especially to do with my Whiterun. I think overall, and I've said it many times too, that my Whiterun on the PlayStation 4 is way better looking than the Xbox One. But for this one, it replaces and removes some floretry around the clipping to do with certain objects to make it look more, again, a little bit more fuller and less stupid. Nobody likes clipping to do with those objects, mainly the vanilla objects to do with big trees and other different things that are scouted and spotted around. Moved the benches from the market to the entrance of the circle, again, a little bit more immersive, clutter free, but again keeping that clean aesthetic. Added a few different things too, sort of reducing the bee spawn count, which was freaking annoying. It kind of looked like a massive turd, but that is ruled out on that one. Forestry, trees, you know, everything like that. Overhaul with this one is a must. And again, coming in at a all of these mods are coming in at a ridiculously low download size. It was a massive jump on, and I had to go and get it for my load order. Catos, I've said I've got a lot of these. I'm not going to go over them too much. I'm just going to basically say what I've said before. A town overhaul that changes the exterior of this particular hold and adds pretty much new things, and makes the vanilla one look absolutely awful. Trust me, grab all of these if you can. Again, extremely low download size, and overall will make your game look beautiful. Same with the Falkreath one. Straight after that, right underneath it, is going to be the Falkreath one, and on top of it is going to be the Iverset. I'm not too sure what the preference is going to be on these for load order, but I've just instantly downloaded them, plopped them in, and they work fine wherever I go, so there's no issue to do on that too. Skyrim is windy. For this one, it adds the effect of there's loads of different things that this particular mod changes. It takes no performance, that's for sure, covers all assets even to do with the DLC, and is compatible with major mods to do with your overhauls, to do with the graphics. It completely puts that in. It's going to be completely script free too. Basically allows the movement of that it's going to be extremely windy. So for instance, when we're running through a forest, we want, again, those birds going, we want the game looking beautiful, but not only that, we want it to be functioning as in real physics. So we want the trees and the branches and the leaves and the grass even to be moving back and forth, and that is what this mod does. Again, no performance issues whatsoever. As I say, this one is running buttery smooth, and overall it's just an immersion mod that is on my load order. ELE Interior Lighting Overhaul. I do have something similar like this on the Xbox One, but for this one, what it does, it allows all of the lighting to come through the windows naturally, the particles to look finesse, and overall just generally looks goddamn gorgeous whenever you go into any place which has the ability to let in natural lighting. I'm not too sure if this changes the sort of ambience to do with lighting with fires or candles, but for the big noticeable drastic difference for this patch for me was letting natural light in through windows, and overall just looks gorgeous, immersive and beautiful too, coming in at 346.62 kilobytes of a download. Yellow less filter. This mod reduces the sort of glaze that sort of scattered around the particular clouds or trees or any sort of static object to do with nature. This rules that straight out, especially to do with the sun too. This one works beautifully and absolutely fine with my Dolomite's weather. And overall, it is just working finesse. It does what it says on the tin. It's less sort of autumn and more sort of popping the colours, sharper, more tones to do with them, and overall just allows the game to fulfill or project those other mods a lot more clearer. Colours of Skyrim. Another great mod, which we talked about prior to this one, to do with colours in quotations, makes everything just look so much more better. I think it adds 19 new tones of colour to do with the game, a selection of them scattered through to chests, underwater tones, bridge tones, stone, pathing, roads, loads of other different things, but basically it's going to allow your game to pop and shine through a little bit more. Even if you're running this on a vanilla game, I still think those textures would pop a little bit more sharper, a little bit more dense, and a little bit more crisper. Again, works absolutely fine with everything, especially in this sort of section to do with the load order too. And as Skyrim texture overhaul, I really did enjoy this one. I've had this one for a very long time, since the dawn of me having this console. This is going to be a version 1 download. I'm not sure if it's still up or still going to be rocking or kicking about, but for this one it is going to be 509 kilobytes of a download, nearly 506. But for this one you are going to get green Whiterun, white Solitude, small village texture overhaul, and a common furniture overhaul too, all crammed within this particular mod. It's kind of like JK's Skyrim had a little baby with a graphic overhaul mod and produced this at an incredibly low download size, optimal for the PlayStation 4. It's pretty much how I can encompass that. But Whiterun looks, as you can tell, banging, really nice indeed, doesn't clash with anything else. Solitude, on the other hand, looks so clean, it is unreal. I mean, not only for the textures, but going through the town and settlement itself does look really nice. And obviously small villages are going to be scattered around. Won't go to too many of those. The main two which I downloaded this mod for were Whiterun and Solitude. NLA, natural lighting and aesthetic. This one is a must. Works beautifully with Dolomite's weather, but it improves the lighting, shadows and contrast to do with your game. More dramatic weather and ambience too. Clearer and more pronounced reflections to do with blue water. I do have a few screenshots, if not footage shall I say. I do have screenshots on my computer, but the footage you're seeing on screen now just makes everything look freaking nice. It personally looks realistic, and I don't know how many times to keep to have and say it, but it looks way better than my Xbox load order and runs so buttery smooth, it's unreal. More trees in cities too, which again adds on to all the other different tree mods that are implicated with this particular mod, shall I say. Other small visual tweaks have been made too, but overall, if you collectively put that all down together and run it all within conjunction with each other, this mod is only coming in at 2.6 megabytes of a download, which is freaking insane. No interior shadows. They are annoying, they eat your FPS, and overall just look really horrible. So for this particular mod, it's been implemented and eliminates the interior shadows, giving you a massive performance boost. It's quite handy for console people such as you and I, and it runs really nice. Runs in the background, 13 kilobytes of a download. It makes the game look a lot more better. Interior shadows can be good in certain sections and with certain lighting, especially to do with the mods too, but overall it is awful. It's pixelated, it's not smooth at all, and is a massive performance killer. Whiterun River Trees. I remember covering this on the brand new console mods to hit the Bethesda on a website. I was a little bit optimistic for this one, but it adds a small amount of trees, several trees to be precise, to the river alongside Whiterun. Performance friendly, no FPS drop whatsoever. Even upon installing all my other different mods, this worked absolutely fine. Pretty self-explanatory what this one is. Adds a couple of trees to the long side of the riverbank to do with Whiterun. More snow on the roads for PlayStation 4. Again, covered it on that series and was very drawn to it. I do believe this one was on Xbox, I'm not too sure, but I downloaded it on PlayStation 4 because I was curious, and it is very nice indeed. There is not a lot of clipping to do with this one, and it's a little bit strange to see within the vanilla game the snowy regions didn't have a lot, or if any, snow on the roads, which was kind of confusing as it was pretty much covered or constantly snowing within that region. And this mod added a little bit more immersion and works really nice indeed. It's just sort of a road retexture of the snowy region. ZKG Better Critters. This one is a simple touch-up of the critter system to do with the game, which the mod allows you to approximately see 50% more of the critters scattered around. This is really nice, especially when you go into forest areas scattered around particular main cities or holds, such as butterflies, bees, torch bugs, dragonflies, and all of the pond fish too, and they work around all of the water surrounding areas, which you can probably see thus on my other clips or running through my game. There are a lot of fish out there, which is nice. It's nice to see that the game is populated with those quotation critters. New grass, green Skyrim. This is going to be version 4, and it changes the dirt tundra to a grassy reach, or a wonderful grass, shall I say. It is really nice indeed. Just, it works so well with everything that I've got going. It just flows beautifully. It's not out of place too. It doesn't look ridiculous. I think it's very polished and a very nice mod. Again, coming in at 64.43 kilobytes of a download. The grass has never been the same. As I said before, the grass on this platform, this rig that I'm running to do with the load order, it's incredibly small and way better than 90% of your guys' load orders, that is for sure. This is looking beautiful. Imperial Agents 1992 Realistic Snow is going to be the next spot for my load order. The mod enhances the snowfall to do with the game and increasing the snowdrops in the snowy places. So the snowstorms are going to be much more heavier with this mod on, a little bit more thicker, a little bit more immersive. You should be fearful when there is going to be a snowstorm within your game. You do not want to be trapped out in one of these with this particular mod. Whiterun, a city full of life. Again, covered it on my brand new console mods series on the channel. If you haven't checked that out, go and have a little look at that. There is a bunch of mods that we do cover pretty much daily on that particular series. But for this one, it's safe to install and remove at any given time and works with practically everything that you are running on your system, whatever platform. This is on both too, so please do bear that in mind. It doesn't matter where you place it on your load order, this will take effect once upon downloading, but alters the exterior inside the gates of Whiterun to make sure it looks really nice indeed. All of the other different Whiterun mods I do have incumbents around mainly this particular mod. If you're looking for a dramatic change to do with Whiterun, this is probably going to be the biggest one that you will have, and I have within my load order. Straight after that is going to be the same version with the same criteria, but for a different settlement. This one is going to be for Dawnstar. Going to be adding a bunch of different stuff to Dawnstar to make it a little bit more of a viable hold slash city for you guys to visit and practically use within your game. It's a little bit sad to see that this particular settlement or hold is not used as much, and I personally don't visit a lot, but when I do, I can appreciate it through this particular mod. Epic Enhanced Console Graphics. This one is going to be one of the many versions that are out on the Bethesda.net website. I do believe there's 5 out there at this current point in time, and I had to go through all of them to pretty much see what was the best one for me. They are all completely different, that is for sure. Some of them are going to be a little bit more lighter on the tones to do with the contrast and lighting. Some of them are going to be more heavier, but also give a little bit more sharper detailing to do with your graphics. There are loads of different things. They're going to be saying that they're trying to claim it to be closer to PC graphics and trying to optimize the way that it looks. Again, another sort of a ambience to do with the realistic EMB graphics, or trying to replicate that in a sense. But yeah, I've got this one on my particular sort of load order. There are many to choose from. I think this is version 2 or 3. I'm not too sure, but there's loads of them out there. Go and test them and try them out. If you want a detailed description of what this one is entirely, then let me know and I will get back to you if you're copying this like for like. The Great City of Solitude. I remember covering this one not too long ago from this video being published. I actually covered this originally, I do believe, on Xbox when it came out, but this one has been allowed to come over and ported to PlayStation 4, and it dramatically changes the surrounding area of Solitude. massively. It is very nice indeed. It adds so many different things to this iconic, groundbreaking capital of Skyrim. Not only does it change the port on the outside, it actually does the other side of the river too, to make it more of a fuller port, a little bit more of an immersive feel too. But this one adds a bunch of different things. You pretty much can explore this area for ages. I spent probably 10-15 minutes off camera just looking at all of the details and other different shops and some of the NPCs too that have been added within this mod. New homes, new shops, warehouses, it's all been covered and scattered around this particular river and just generally makes the feel of the game a little bit more better. Smooth Shores, we have covered this one fairly recently and I'm in love with this one. It changes so many different things surrounding to do with the rivers, bays and so on and so forth. This is an extremely polished mod, but I don't know if this one is still a work in progress, as when you go onto the nexusmods.com, the first image there is some of the pathing. It has been said that it is being done, doing, or won't be doing, and that is all on there if you want to go and check that out. But again, a port from the nexusmods.com, but sort of it makes the soft areas to do with the water to do along with the shores not so dramatically horrible or clipping. This one has smoothed them out, made it look more fuller, made it look more natural too. And walking down through certain areas to do with your game, you will notice in vanilla wise that they are clipping, they look horrible and very unimmersive, and sort of things like this have been laughed at from Bethesda, but obviously we've got the community such as this particular mod author who stepped in and had a little look. Overall, a very nice mod. I will be keeping this one. This is my newest and brilliant addition to my load order. So guys, that's the end of this particular video. If you did enjoy, a like would be very much appreciated. If you want to see the full load order for my PlayStation 4 for 2020 to do with Skyrim, go in the comment section below and you will find that video pinned to the top of the comment section. But guys, until the next one, Killerkev here and Killerkev out.